Artists, creatives, designers, y'all. We're bringing the fire tonight. We got Art Improper, or it might be Art I'm Proper. We'll find out tonight, okay? An incredible artist who not only does traditional type of art, but he also has wowed and amazed us with fashion design. Okay, so to find him, he is in the pinned comment below. What's going on, Sugar? Acrylics? What's going on? Michael Olton Art? Wait, Michael Olton Art? What's going on, fam? Artist Jones is in the building. Y'all watch out now. Y'all make sure you follow Artist Jones Paints. Keep her page. That's where miracles happen. All right. Follow her, support her, okay, on her movement. Shout out to everybody joining the live. Once again, we have Art Improper or Art I'm Proper tagged in the comment below. We are about to go off on this interview because, you know what? While you're here, my loves, let me show you some of the fire. I post this on my page recently. Okay, that's what he does. Okay, it looks like he is dialing in. I gotta put my music on pause. If you have any, put in the stack of cards below, and we will pose those questions with this gentleman. Let me shut the music down. What's going on?
What's up? What's
Anthony.
up? What's up?
Anthony, you are in the building. How you feeling today?
I'm good.
Feeling
Fresh
good.
off a nap.
What's that?
Fresh off a little cat nap.
Okay, good. So you can be fully charged while we dive into the
Right.
world of. Now, is it Art Improper or Art
Correct.
Improper?
It's improper, yeah.
Improper.
Like the word,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, let me go ahead and give the intro, and then we'll get into things. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So, artists, creators, designers, welcome to Dream Aloud Art, y'all. If you're just coming through and you're just browsing and you're like, what are these two people talking about on this live? Go ahead and follow me at Dream Aloud Art. And while you're at it, follow our amazing guest today, Anthony, aka Art Improper. He's in the pinned comment below. Make sure you follow him, support him on his movement. And tonight we're going to learn a little something about him. So, all right. So, Anthony, for the people who have yet to know who you are, how would you introduce yourself as a creative?
Ooh, that's a real good question.
Yeah.
So the way I like to explain is I like to say I'm a multimedia artist that pretty much my job is to help you bring your personal expressions to life.
Okay, all right. I like that intro. Did you work on that? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a part of my 30-second pitch.
Okay, well, that's a really good intro, and I know just as an artist, some people they hold their own notion of what an artist does, and sometimes they believe that you can work miracles in areas that aren't your thing, you know. But then again, of course, to our benefit as artists, there are a lot of things that we can do. So, all right, cool, awesome. So, where are you at again? Tell me where you're at. Where are you located?
I am in Illinois, south suburbs, Park Forest. So,
okay.
For those of you non-Illinois people,
I'm one of them.
It's
I'm
like
okay, I only know Chicago. I don't know.
Right, exactly. And normally that's what I'm forced to say, Chicago. So it's 45 minutes south of Chicago.
South of Chicago. All right. Well, I appreciate that. Awesome. So tell us a little something about when you realized that you should focus a lot more on your creativity. When did you have that realization?
I would have to say, in all honesty, that would have to be about 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay.
I had like a pretty good job. I had just my son was just born. I had a pretty good job. Yeah. And I had gotten laid off. And so I was kind of, I was pretty distraught because I was happy. I didn't like the job, but I was happy because I was I was at that age my peak responsibility. I was,
Mm,
I made enough money to take care of everything I need to take care of, which
excellent.
made me feel okay, made me feel confident, and I lost that. And
Mm, mm.
so for like a month or so, I was just really upset, and it was more of a fleeting thought. It was more of a fleeting thought just to say, I should take this, I should take what I know best serious. Like
Mm.
I have nothing to lose. I've been applying all month. Nothing's come through. I should have had some sort of callback or something.
Right.
Nothing's come through. So it's, you know, it's time to take what I do best serious. And
The
so
sign. The
I just
sign.
hit the ground running.
Right. Right. It was a sign, and we have to. It's a challenge. I was just talking to my sister about this, and realizing, is this a sign to move in that direction, or like you're
Yeah,
trying to figure out what's going on here. Okay.
absolutely.
So clearly for you it was a sign. All right, awesome. And what was the earliest time that you could remember being into the arts, period?
Oh, well, I can remember the first day practically. So for
Okay, all
me,
right.
yeah, right. So for me, it was I was about four,
Mm,
somewhere in 4 and 5,
mm.
and I could remember just like raising hell because of the amount of energy I had as a kid, just all over the place. My dad would be off at work and my mom was at home, and so what would happen was she would just get overwhelmed. And I remember one time we had like a big thing of construction paper, and she just sat me down at the table. She sat me down at the table and she gave me all these crayons and she said, just color, draw,
Oh my
do
gosh.
do whatever. And
Right, right.
so it posed the problem though, because I was like, well, draw what? Do what? And
Okay, right, right.
and so what I remember was it was the catalyst because she
Mm.
said, make it up. Do use your imagination.
Do whatever, right.
And so that pretty much turned into me being me, because it's just like, okay, well, do whatever. What
And
what
it
would I do?
Right, right. And it just spiraled from there.
Right, absolutely.
Well, you
A-
opened up a brain path is what I call it. You
right,
opened up a brain path for
absolutely.
me, because when you said construction paper, I hadn't thought about that in forever.
Right,
So
yeah.
once you said that, I just got all these memories of doing things with construction paper in class, and that was also very exciting for me. Yeah, so that's what's up. Oh wow, okay,
Yeah,
I'm with
so
that.
and so the funny thing was I vaguely, not vaguely, but I vividly
Mm.
remember this, and I never asked for some reason. I still have not asked this question in 31 years. Never asked this question of
Hmm.
why they didn't cut the front lawn, or why it always took them forever to cut the front lawn. So I would get stung by bees like all through the warm months. It was
Ah,
guaranteed that I was gonna get stung a lot. So
oh my God.
eventually I got to a point where I was like, I'm not going outside,
And that's
because
where
because
and that's where
every
you're going
day,
with it. I was like, wait, what about the okay,
right? So it was like
wow.
every day I get stung, I'm not going outside. And
Aw.
so that led to
Mm.
her being like, well, whatever you do, stay out my hair for a few
Yeah,
minutes,
just
you
sit
know,
down and
and just
stay occupied.
do you.
Right, right. Oh, wow. So is it safe to say that she was very supportive of you being creative, or who has been like some of your greatest supporters on this creative journey of yours?
Well, I would have to give my mother and my grandmother, my father's mother,
Mm, mm,
the large amount of the credit, but I
okay.
can honestly say that I've been blessed to be supported by pretty much everybody I
A
come
lot
up.
of people.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I know
believe
I
that.
know that's unfamiliar for some, but I've been very fortunate to just be supported.
What and there are artists that are watching, and some of them are not feeling that kind of support from everybody, as you're
Right.
saying. But I will say this: what I want to ask the question in a certain way, because I feel like you're going to give us the beef that we're looking for. What is it that you are doing in order to have everyone support you? People don't just wake up one morning
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
say, let me support Anthony.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
shout out to the people that do, because some people might feel that way, like, yo, let me see what Anthony's doing, let me support him.
Yeah.
What are you doing to get that reciprocation of support?
Okay. From people like that, and what I when I do have the opportunity to mentor, I
Mm.
always say is that you have to first and foremost give people an opportunity to grow. Um,
Hey, I'm with
lots
that.
of people, will start out with doubt because skepticism is a survival tactic.
Mm. Say
So,
that. Let's talk truth here, Anthony. Come on, come through
it's true.
with it.
We all doubt something, but it's a
Yeah.
survival tactic. It's so you don't waste your time and you don't
Yep.
hurt your own feelings believing in
Right.
something.
Right.
But you have to allow people that opportunity. So you have to keep doing you, and you have to keep increasing in skill, and a big one, so I would say a hot take is figuring out what it takes to market your ability, to market your talent, because if you can't market it, if you can't as you progress and you grow, if you don't know what it takes to market this next level in your
Right.
journey, nobody will care anyways, because
Yes.
now as I've ventured into more of the business and branding side of things, that's where I am, is convincing people who have like that seed money, people who
Want to invest and
right,
more along
right,
those lines. That
investors, and
yes.
people who have like bigger platforms,
Oh, that's beautiful.
convincing them that that I'm worth it. And that
Yes.
just comes in
I love that.
presentation.
I love that.
Presentation is one,
Mm,
and
mm.
embracing that grind. I mean,
So I'm going to ask these questions, of course, from the angle of someone who doesn't understand what you're talking about. Okay.
sure.
So when you say these things like marketing, or I was messaging an artist today, and they said, I'm not, what did they say? Something about, um, I haven't taken my art and done anything like a business. I
Mm,
feel like there's some, and they said, I haven't taken my art and done anything like a business, but what I'm doing, I'm selling locally. They told me other things they're doing, and I let them know you are doing business. I think it's just
absolutely.
these ideas of a construct ideas of business, and to take what you're doing and realize that is business. Like, it is
Absolutely. Yeah.
business. So my question for you is, like, what are you talking about, Anthony, as far as marketing? Like, I don't know what that means, or where to begin. So how did you start to shape your mind to realizing, oh, I can market in this way? Maybe not the ways that I've learned before, but so what happened in Anthony's mind?
Okay. Well, again, that kind of goes back 2 3 years ago when I lost my job and I decided to
Yeah, yeah.
take my talent to basically, I would say in layman's terms, turning pro.
Okay.
I've made money off my work all my life, but to make that
Mm,
my sole source of income
so
is a
yes.
different thing. So that comes with the way I teach this to younger artists, is to recognize the difference between a hobby, a hustle, and an actual career.
Oh, you're calling
So
somebody. Look, viewers, drop some fire emojis for me. I can't do it right now. I'm on live. I want to drop
right.
some fire
So
emojis.
those
Yes.
are three different aspects of where you'll
Break it
find
down.
yourself at some point. You'll find yourself
Come on, school us.
in one of those at some point. Neither one is wrong. Neither one is wrong.
Okay.
But they each have a marketability factor, how much people are gonna, how much people see you. There's a point of how much people take you serious,
Yeah.
and then and they
Come through.
the first two have a cap. They have a cap. Like a hobby, you might make some dollars here and there. A hustle comes with more skepticism. People like, is it legit? You know, I
Goodness,
don't
this is
know.
one for the books, Anthony. Woo!
I
This is a
appreciate
topic
that.
that needs to be
Yeah.
discussed regularly. Go ahead.
And the bigger thing is the appearance, and that may be what the person you was talking to is, that they don't understand the appeal, and where the appeal labels you in somebody else's projection of you, and so they'll label you, and you
Come
have
through.
to you have to
I had to
know
grip my chest.
you have to know what
Wait.
those labels
I
look
had to
like.
grip my chest. Hold on.
Hey,
A second. All
you
right.
funny.
Elizabeth,
You funny.
woo, Elizabeth. Woo. Okay. There's so
Right.
much truth in that. And this is something that that definitely needs to be a conversation. Like, I need to jot that down because I feel like I need to talk about that. That is so true. I mean,
Yeah, it's big.
You got me taking notes during the live. Okay.
Well, I'm glad I can help,
I love that. So wait a minute. I have to, because our viewers dropped the fire emojis for me. Thank goodness, y'all, because I was hurting if I couldn't drop some fire emojis. I appreciate that. Now, you said, I'm scrolling back in the okay, a hobby, hustle, or career, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, just give me 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Or career.
Go ahead.
I love that. And I might have to follow up with, and viewers, y'all, Art Improper, Anthony here, he is part of the RTA family. Okay, so let's put that out there. I'm just so glad, because I'll probably message you, I don't know, maybe in the next 3 weeks or so, because I already have certain topics that I'm going to be discussing in some interviews, but
Sure.
I really want to vibe on that idea, and actually making it a discussion.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yes, please continue. I don't know what happened. I felt the surge of energy go through me. So yes,
I get it.
There is a difference.
Right. So, here, I think I should have prefaced by saying, more importantly than recognizing that is, artists have to learn to not compare themselves to the people that they see.
Absolutely.
Because
that's a trap. Comparison is a trap. Yes.
It is. Because like I get that all the time. Like people like, oh man, you're so amazing. How can I do what you're doing and all that? And it's like, listen, I've been painting, drawing since I was 4. That's 27 years.
Yes.
And in the last, I'll say in the last 5, everything I have learned is just starting to kick into gear to where it's useful. So, basically when it's your turn, it's your turn. But what you need to be doing is sharpening the sword. So when it's time to go to work, that you are ready. If you don't have the tools prepared, then you just missed your opportunity. And for some, the opportunity is only once. So if you missed it, you missed it. And
stay ready.
You gotta be ready. Like I have friends that's like, oh, I used to draw. And now that I am where I am, in possibly 6 months to a year, I may be able to hire some people. But they fell off.
And that's real growth.
So I can't do anything for them.
Oh, okay.
They fell.
I thought what you might have been leading to say is that some people will say, oh, I used to do that. Like I used to draw, or I used to do whatever it was. Okay. I used to be an artist. Okay. But once an artist, always an artist is how I feel. But anyway, like, oh, I used to be an artist, but then they might see growth with you. And then that might spark a little inspiration where they're like, okay, I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Has that happened with you?
I have a few friends like that too, and the thing is just, when it's your turn, it's your turn. Some people become artists later in life, and they do things you never expected somebody who's only been doing it for like a year or 2 could ever do. But everybody has artist potential. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, is it going to come out,
Is it going to come out?
or how?
And I feel like if you don't unleash that energy, that passion, the frustration that you have with yourself will come out. You'll start to get annoyed with the world. Okay,
Or
so until
jealous?
you have to give yourself permission and trust to
Absolutely.
let that be shown. Let it, even if you just see it for yourself, but just to keep
Absolutely.
it up here and then convince yourself that you're not who you really are. It's a whole mind bend.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
it's
what's
a big,
up.
it's big. So, and those comparisons too, from what I've seen, over the years, is that it turns artists into like one or two people. It turns into a jealous person, or it turns them into an envious person, which to me can be
Mm.
worse, because envy involves like sadness, and
Yeah,
so you can just spiral out and give up.
yeah.
Which I see a lot. I see less jealous people and more envious people, because
Mm.
jealousy can be turned around, because jealousy is more like an aggression thing,
Okay.
and so you can
As
turn that
opposed to
around.
envy.
Yeah, you can
Mm.
turn that around and say like, well, if that's how you feel, then like get to it. If you're upset that
Right.
you aren't getting what you feel you deserve, get to it, make it
Yes.
happen.
That's
You know,
right. That's right.
and so with that, I always say like, careful about those comparisons, because
Yes.
you don't know what it takes to get there, and it might not be a sweet place for that person. It
Yeah.
looks sweet, but it might
Be
not be.
mindful of the image, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
just tell yourself, oh, it's easier for them, or they're so whatever, fill in the
yeah,
blank where they're at in life, but you
yeah,
don't know where they're at. that's
yeah.
that's the that's the
Absolutely.
thing. You don't know, but we all know for ourselves where we're at, and then actually taking action
Yeah,
on those things that we really want to do instead of creating stories for what someone else is doing.
right.
So yeah, that's what's up. um Challenges. Tell us about some of the challenges that you have had. I know the big one which really stood out to me, was being laid off. That's big. That
Yeah.
creates a whole thing. So what, besides that, because you did mention that, which is huge, but what kind of challenges, what other challenges have you had, say, in communicating with people, as far as selling your art, or um, anything else you want to share?
Yeah, sure. So challenges, man. I mean, we probably do a whole conversation about that alone, because
I get it.
they just pop up. Every day's new, so every
Mm.
day it poses its own specific challenge. Um, the the challenge that I would say, probably the most difficult one right now is, what, like, being manic versus like experiencing that burnout that comes after like a manic spree. So it's
Ooh.
that is probably the
Ooh, I'm
biggest
glad
challenge.
you said that. Go ahead.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because
explain to
like,
us. Explain to us. What do you mean?
okay,
What
so
do you
like
mean by that?
a manic state is, similar to like when people feel they have a streak of inspiration where they can just go and go and go and create and create.
Okay.
So it's a difference between that and being manic. So being manic is like where you're burning the candle on both ends, because
Mm.
you have this inspiration, or you have this like jolt of energy, and it's like, man, I could go. I've been going for about 3-4 months at this point. It's
I'm
like, well,
telling you, right. And then
right,
that
and we
hard
all get
burnout
them.
comes. Is that where you're saying that
Right, right.
burnout just, yeah, I
Yeah, and
used
it
to be
just
that
drops
way.
you, and now you're not creating for 6 months, because
Mm.
you don't what you don't get to decide. You don't get to decide how long that spree of inspiration goes, but
My
you also
God.
don't get to decide how long you have to recover from that.
Oh my goodness.
And
Viewers, fire emojis, please. Drop fire, drop ice, one of the two. Okay, drop those emojis. That is so true. And as I just mentioned, I used to be that way. I would have moments where I go really hard, and it was more along those lines of the hustle. I
yeah,
go really hard
uh,
and just I'm burned out. I'm up until 3 in the morning, and then I have to go to work at 6 in the morning.
hmm
That kind of, yeah, that kind of
hmm
way.
Well,
Wow. So
see,
the challenge for
right.
you has been what? Determining
It's
what that kind of
it's
energy is at that time?
I wouldn't even say that. It's about being honest with myself.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
about it's about setting a realistic deadline for myself and to say X amount of hours, X amount of days,
Mm,
X amount of days, and then committing to it.
and bombs.
Actually
Look, you got
committing
people
to
dropping fire and bombs.
it.
Exactly.
It's you
Oh,
gotta
go ahead.
commit to it. If you say it, you gotta commit to it. And I do not commit
Yes.
to it. And that's just being honest. Because you got to learn to like cultivate and take care of that creative energy, because you
Mm.
don't want to not have that creative energy when an opportunity comes up. Again, it's keeping your tools ready to go. And the most powerful and the most valuable tool you have is this. So if
My
if
God.
the brain is burnt out, there's no creative energy. Don't matter how the body feel.
Mm.
You ever pick up something, you ever pick up something and you go like, I want to, but I can't.
But I can't. Ain't got no fuel in the
It,
tank
nothing,
anymore.
nothing.
It's like
The
I
the
just
body
can't. I mean,
the body has the willingness to do this, but the spirit has no creative energy. So you're done. You're
and
done.
it come through on. Oh my
You're
gosh,
done.
what on earth? Okay, wait a minute. This is your moment, and I'm totally allowing this to happen. This is your moment where you give us a plug on you being a mentor. Tell us about that, because you're coming with a lot of heat right now. I mean, I didn't expect. This
Thank
feels more like a cipher, like this little cipher rap going on here. Because I was just like,
you.
oh,
Okay.
like I don't
Okay.
know where's this come from.
Okay.
So as far as mentoring, tell us a
Uh,
little about that, because with what you're discussing in this moment, in this interview, I can truly see the mentorship. And a lot of creatives could be open to something like mentorship or
mm,
just mentoring, just in general,
mm.
or guidance, or having these consistent conversations about art. So tell us about mentoring, and if I'm watching, I'm like, ooh, I want him to be my mentor, for example. So what can you tell us
Okay.
about that?
So, as far as me being a mentor, I need to first and foremost say that I've had several, and I continue to keep contact with them.
Mm,
Um,
that's beautiful.
and I also I could never say that anything that I've ever thought of as far as like reflection has not been a part of them. So if you don't
Mm,
have one, you definitely need to get one. I say you need more than one.
I support that.
You need at least two. Uh,
Yes, yes,
um, because
that's
perspective is very important, so you need at least, I would say, at least two. They don't have to necessarily be artists. They need
right.
to
That's
be
that's
they need
important
to
to
be
say.
people that are insightful, somebody that
Mm.
says something that makes you think and makes you dwell on it for at least a few days. That's what you need.
Well, good
uh
gracious, you're making me think, and I'm going to be dwelling on whether your art is a hobby, hustle, or career. I'm gonna dwell on that for like 3 weeks. So yes, but I'm glad that you said
right.
that. They don't necessarily have to be an artist in
No,
your medium or anything like
no,
that.
no,
But
no, 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 not at
truly
all.
providing
um
insight, that's
right.
powerful.
Right, like
Good.
one of my current mentors is a comic book artist, and
Mm-hmm.
he always preaches to me like, "Oh, you need to go digital. You need to go digital." And I keep telling him it's like that's not going to help my brand. Like, I
That's
don't.
right.
But you know, him saying this may click later on,
And
and
let it be when it's
right,
time. When
right.
it's time.
And
Right.
for him, he's more valuable to me. And we've had this conversation, and he acknowledges that is that I'm very confident in where I am with my art skills. So I don't need a mentor for that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
what you have is established streams of income. That's where I
Ah.
need you,
Mm,
because when I'm stumped on a marketing plan, you should know something.
right.
When
Right.
I'm stumped on something about my
Yeah.
site, or something about
Sure.
some type of strategy, you know, I should be able to get a jewel from you, you know,
Okay.
and come and go. So that's
But as far as them saying you should go this direction with your art,
yeah,
that's where you're gonna kind of like say, okay, hold on, this
right,
area, I'm confident in
right,
my direction.
right.
So
So
yeah, but with the other areas, okay, I see
right,
what you
right. So what I do with that kind of information is like never discount something a mentor figure says to you, but just put it in
sure.
your pocket. Put it in your pocket.
Yes,
You might need
yes.
it. You might need it at some point,
Later on,
and
right?
then you can use it. Don't discount it and dismiss it, because that when you do that, it just goes here and then here.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Everything
and
for
if
a
you
reason.
need it, you'll go like, man, you know, they was telling me something, but you lost it because you ignored it. So
Right.
you'll never remember it. Now, as
Do
far
remember
as
it.
me mentoring, sure,
Mm-hmm.
go for it. You seeing me on Instagram right now? Send me a message. I mean, I'm doing it all day long. You know, somebody's
Oh yeah,
asking
that's
me,
beautiful.
yeah, somebody's asking me a question. You know, if I know the answer, I'll tell it to you. If I don't know it, I'll find it. You know, one thing
This is what I'm
again, having
talking
to
about. Oh my
right, having
gosh.
to go back and thank my mom. You know, that's something that she always told me. You don't know, go find out. You know,
That's right. Shout out to the mom.
saying you don't know is unacceptable. So if you don't know, go find out.
That's what.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Anthony.
so
Thank you
yeah, please
so
do.
much. Thank you for the plug on mentorship, most definitely, and thank you for answering my questions.
Sure.
Although I always say this, I could go on much longer with my own questions, but of course we're going to open up the floor for our viewers, and it looks like we have some questions in our stack of cards. So let
All
me go
right.
ahead and check those out. All right, we have one from AFT Heart. I'm going to say it's AFT Heart 25. Okay, how do you achieve an elaborate color scheme? How do you achieve an elaborate color scheme? I'll let you interpret what they may mean by that.
Okay.
I would probably need
So
more information, but hopefully that resonates enough so you can respond.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I see that a lot, and I get asked that question a lot.
Okay. All
So
right.
number one is you want
While
to
you're
make
answering, I'm
sure.
going to hold up your art, okay? Just for
Oh,
people
sure,
listening.
cool,
So go
cool.
ahead. So this is
Um, number one, you want to make sure that you're developing a understanding of color theory. The more you
mm,
understand color theory, the more those will naturally come to you, elaborate color schemes. So it would take me forever. We could do a whole conversation on color theory. So
okay, but a good starting place for them would be studying color
it would
theory.
be color theory.
Okay.
You could look up like color relationships. As a matter of fact, give me one second. I got a book right here.
Ooh,
Uh, so
color
this
relationships.
yeah, color relationships are probably the most the probably even better than color theory, because color relationships also come with like emotional responses. So this book right here
Mm.
is a book that a college teacher recommended I get. She said, if you didn't get this book, you won't pass my class.
Woo!
and
There you
so
go.
and so when I got this book, it pretty much, I mean, it changed my life,
Wonderful. Mm.
because there's like so much, like, so here's like one way to use this book. So these are like versions of like teals and things like that. And
Right.
so
How?
these teals like invoke specific emotions, and
Mm.
they speak to people like subliminally.
Come
So
through. Facts.
what you can also do is like you can bend the pages back like this, and here are the colors that resonate with it.
This is why I rock with you, Anthony. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. AFT Heart 25 responded and they said, thanks to my G, now my art can increase tenfold.
Sure.
Excellent. See, this is why. See. All right. Thank you for answering that one. I won't just woo, because I'm really like hyper right now. So let me check the stack of cards for another question.
And
Okay.
if you want
Go ahead.
our AFT
Uh-huh.
message me and I could talk to you more about it, because I mean that's like
Yes.
a class in itself.
See, some of my artists that are watching, some of y'all are already familiar with some of the things that he's mentioning, but for those that are not, I want you to find value in how people take what they're doing seriously. Okay, they take it seriously. It's like, okay, well, this element I don't know anything about. Well, if you don't know anything about that particular element, start learning about that element because there's power in that. So thank you so much for that answer, Anthony.
Sure.
We have another question from Limbo 54321. Their question is, how can an artist without, all caps, how can an artist without offending potential customers that your artistic freedom isn't one dimensional? Okay, wait, let's pull that up.
I may know what you mean.
How can an artist without offending potential customers that your artistic freedom isn't one dimensional? Limbo, if you're still on, add on whatever else you're asking for that one and kind of cut it off. It's because it's pretty long. But is that enough for you to kind of warm up a response, Anthony?
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
can answer that. So, what it sounds like you may be asking is how do you talk to a potential client about the way you the way you manifest like ideas into actual artwork
Okay.
without
Nice.
saying like my style is my style and
All right. All right.
or the styles that I choose to create in are, that's like, this is my identity. So if if my work is not, one thing you should always be able to do is be confident in your work. What's understood does not have
That's
to be
powerful.
explained.
That's
So,
that's very powerful.
if you create the way you create, then you create the way you create. And that's that.
There
And
you
so
go.
that also comes with not over explaining yourself. So when you say something, you say it and you leave it at that. You know,
I'm with that.
so that comes with if somebody asks you, like if they say, so can you do this? And you say, no, I never, I haven't tried. It's not my thing. Like some people ask me about graffiti. I can, but graffiti takes me a lot longer than somebody who just does graffiti.
And that's coming from an honest place,
Yes.
and a confident place, because I know some artists that are willing to jump through all kinds of hoops when it may not be their thing.
Yeah.
They'll just kind of force it. So okay,
Yeah. And
yeah,
you just tell them no.
yeah,
And
yeah,
one of
and
the
be okay
bigger
with that.
things, yeah, and one of the bigger things, I think I can better, not I'm thinking, I think I can better answer that question by saying, be aware of what your triggers are.
Oh my
And,
goodness, Anthony, God.
you know,
Okay, wait. Ooh, wait a minute. All right, all right. Be aware of what your triggers are. Can I get some fire emojis once again, y'all? I'm having a frustrating moment because I can't just drop the fire emojis on that one. That is critical. But I feel before you expand, I want to say that there is so much value in self-awareness, value on
yeah,
learning how you think, how you live, why you make the decisions that you do, because it's all a part of your art. It will
yeah,
come out because it's all the same. It's energy, all of it.
yeah.
So that was powerful. That really sat with me. Please continue. All right,
Right.
go ahead.
Why I say that is because I think this blanket statement, I know there's some confusion in the text of that question, but I think this blanket statement covers all. So it's
Okay.
like, be aware of what your triggers are. So one thing you'll understand about those who are not artists and people who are still emotionally developing is that they don't know how to say things to you that aren't triggering.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to be able to
Okay.
I've been in the army for about 12 years. So
Oh, thank
what
you for your service.
thank
My
you.
hat's off to you. Thank
Thank you.
you.
So what we say when we talk to people knowing that we're gonna say something that's gonna hurt you is to shield your heart, and protect your feelings because
Mm,
it's a gut check. It's saying like, no matter how I say this, you're gonna react. So you need to know that ahead of time.
yeah, heads
So
up. stuff.
you know, when I go into art spaces, I'm already there. I'm in that zone. Like, you know, somebody might say something. I know what those things are. So when you say it, I'm preconditioned to basically go like, okay, well, here's the, although I don't want to say it this way, here's the PC response to your abrasive question. You know, because at the end of the day, you may be abrasive, but your money is so sweet. So, you know, I'm going to answer that question the way that gets me what I want from you, which is your money or your support, you know.
Right, or support. And
know,
and if money is, if we're saying that in the support way, that is the support that you're saying, you know, it's not just money itself, it's that money goes into, it grows in a different way. It's not like just give me the money. So it is support. So for sure.
Right. Okay. Absolutely. And then to even talk to that about support is like, support comes in different ways. It's not just it's not, you know, currency is all about conversions. So
not for real, Anthony. Oh my gosh, when are you gonna write a book?
Those likes, comments, subscribes, retweets, shares, whatever you could think of, follows, word of mouth, repost, word of mouth at the barbershop. That's currency. It's still currency.
That's the original currency, Anthony. Oh my
absolutely. God. You know, because somewhere on the sales funnel, that'll convert into $1. So again, that still comes with going back. That still comes with basically knowing what those triggers are. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose that conversion because somebody said to you, like, "Don't you think this costs too much?"
Correct.
You don't want to get triggered by
those. Yes, those are. If we really break it down, those are conversations, those are relationships, those are, you know, it's human interaction. Someone, where's my girl in here in the comments? DJ DT3, she said that's customer service. You know, these are
absolutely.
And I instruct. I'm a teacher, and I actually teach about customer service. It's it's relationships. Those are relationships. It's communication. It's rightful and respectful treatment. It's not like a whole complex. So everything you're talking about is like, hey, how can I maintain this relationship and communicate and be honest without, like, you know, say hurting someone's feelings or anything like that, you know? Yeah. And
you have to bulletproof that part of yourself, because, you know, whatever the commenter, I'm sorry, I lost the name, whatever the commenter meant when they
the other limbo.
Yeah, right. Whatever you meant, that is probably going to help you the most. Is like knowing what bothers you, and knowing your responses to those, so that you can make better responses, so that when people are saying things to you, you don't respond offensively because they offended you. You don't have to defend yourself from anybody, because this is your artwork. And then two, you also have to understand, like, one deal goes sour, that opens up an opportunity for another deal. So you don't have to care. You don't have to care when the deal goes sour.
See, absolutely, because you're gonna get me sidetracked. Oh my gosh, because, and it's actually me sidetracking, but that is so factual. We have to change some of these ideas and some of these ways that we think, or agreements that we agreed to a long time ago, but it opens up, it's an opening for another opportunity.
Yes,
okay, you know, so when one door closes, for example, it's really a path. Okay, it's not really just the door completely closing, it's just a reroute or something like that. Okay, but you have to have faith and believe that. You got to, like, really believe that, you know. If not, then you're going to be, you know, on the hustle, you know, and it's just going to be hustling, and then getting upset because someone doesn't want to do business with you, or, you know, buy your artwork or support in a certain way, and get in your feelings about it. And so okay, Anthony, good gracious, we have one more question, and we have just enough time to ask that question. It is from our fam, Respect the Artists. what has been one of your greatest accomplishments thus far as an artist?
Oh man.
Thank you for that question. RTA in the building. Okay.
Okay. So I would have to say, um, oof. Okay, so I thought I knew the exact answer, but
Okay.
that would have to be giving giving my parents. So 2018 was the year that I decided to go pro, and it was giving my
Mm.
parents a chance to see me being inducted into an art gallery. So
Oh.
yeah, so
Mm.
my, you know,
What a
and
blessing.
I've done some other nice things
That's
to
beautiful.
say,
That's beautiful.
but this is basically like it was me being able to show them that they had not wasted time supporting me and doing those things. You know, the things
I
they
applaud
wanted
you.
from me, right? The
I
things they
applaud you.
wanted from me were actually coming to be.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
Right.
Thank you
So,
so much for
right.
sharing that. But yeah,
Sure.
that's huge. That's really
Sure.
huge.
Yeah.
Viewers, drop some hand clapping emojis on that one because we are definitely applauding applauding Anthony here. Or what'd you do that for? Why? Tear emojis?
Yeah.
Or like it's like tears of joy. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
RTA, thank you so much for asking that question to Anthony. So,
Sure.
all right, viewers, I appreciate your questions. Anthony, we're going to turn the tables. And do you have any questions for me now?
Mm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, I had a good one. So,
Okay.
what do you think? What do you think is the biggest challenge to artists currently in this day and age?
One of the biggest challenges, I would say, I actually had a poll recently about a topic that artists want me to discuss. I just opened the floor and just said, DM me, tell me what you want me to talk about
Uh-huh.
on the next live art vibes. And I got a significant amount of feedback for staying inspired. How can I get past creative block and stay inspired? And the other one, it was kind of a tie, I'd say, between the two, was networking
Mm.
and commissions. That's a little general. I wasn't sure what exactly the individual meant by just saying commissions, but what getting commissions, I'm
Yeah,
guess I'm
probably
assuming.
landing them.
But as far as networking, I feel like there's a lot more that an artist can do when it comes to networking if in fact they are focusing on networking. Okay, so um, being open, um, to just communicate, to touch bases with an artist, it takes effort. There are a lot of ideas about artists being introverts. I'm an ambivert. I'm sometimes I like to be by myself. Other times I like to be social.
Yeah, I don't
But
think that's a
besides
real
that,
thing.
yeah, I don't. It's just I don't know. I'm just picking verbiage just to roll it because
Right.
I know we can get deep in a good conversation. I know we can. But yeah, so there are some ideas that I need to, in order to be really creative, I have to focus and do all of this on my own. And then this magical question comes up like, gosh, I wonder where all the other artists are at. Well, it's called intentional efforts. You need to actually do something, and that is to be open. That is to start connecting with people. So I feel like it's a tie between the two. Again, staying creative and inspired, and networking, actually getting to know other artists on a
Absolutely.
more personal level, professional, whatever you want to call it, but just getting to know them and be open to, like, what you do, mentorship, or be open to feedback. Some people are very resistant. Some artists are resistant. It's like, don't come for me and mine. I know what I'm doing. Like if they actually did connect with other artists, it's like,
Yeah, I
well,
had
now
my
that you've
phase.
connected, yeah, now that you've connected with them and y'all follow each other, we'll say on Instagram or something like that, and it's like, well, what now? What now? Are you going to reach out? Are you going to have a conversation? So that's something else that we're expanding in with RTA, with Respect the Artists, is we added another element. We have to communicate to our members like you, but we have to communicate to our members that we're opening up that element of networking.
Right.
Most definitely networking. We're going to have forums. We're going to have discussions that are for us, and it's a healing. It's a healing process because there's vulnerability, there's humbleness that needs to come into play. And if we have to be the ones to say, all right, look, we're going to have a forum and we're going to invite X amount of people, well, then we're going to do that. If it means healing the art community, then let's do it for sure.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Anthony. Oh my gosh, I got so much bang for my buck. I just didn't know I'd be getting all of this tonight. Hobby, hustle, or career. I love that. Okay, so
That's the
now
one.
we're gonna close it out. It is. It is. Now we're gonna close it out with a word game. Okay. Yes. So you know what? I'm gonna let you choose between the games. You can either play the color game, which I feel may be the one because you actually talked about color, the color game, or the word game. Color game or the word game. Pick one.
I gotta pick.
Yes, I'm putting it on you now.
Sure. Let's for the sake of the group, let's play the color game. Maybe
Don't bring the group in. Don't bring the group in. This. You're like, for the sake of the group.
What they wanted to know about.
Good.
They wanted to know.
True. That's true. That's true. All right. So the color game. All right. So the color game is I just call off. And the colors aren't as complex or anything like teal or, sunrise. It's just, no, we're not going there. What I do, I just call off a color and you tell me the very first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
That's it. It's simple, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Theory.
Your first color is blue.
Water.
Okay. Oh, look, there's no wrong answer. We just want to know how Anthony thinks. Okay, right. How you think. So water, got you. Next color is pink.
I don't know why. Babies.
I could see you going through the Rolodex of your mind over here. So, all right, babies for pink. I love it. Next color is yellow.
Flowers.
Flowers. Okay. All right. I'm with that. Next is green.
My favorite color.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I respect it now. Okay, green. But what kind of green? Let me ask you that. What is your favorite kind of green?
It's a toss between Kelly green and chartreuse.
I have witnesses in the comments. I got my sister down there, Kelly green. That's my green. That's my favorite green.
Yeah,
it's
Kelly
just
green,
so nice. It's so strong and solid. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Next, and we only have two more colors. Black.
Oh, like fullness, like
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
like full, rich.
Okay. All right. Let me not ponder too long. Let's move on. And your final color is red.
Red. Intensity.
Intensity. I'm with that. I actually see quite a bit of red, especially with the shoe design you got going on here. I love these.
Red is like my unintentional favorite color.
Yeah, it just happens to show up.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean. One day I discovered, and I'm gonna relate with you. I discovered I like animal print, and I didn't realize that until I think that day I was wearing an animal print scarf, and then I put away like my animal print gloves, and then I moved something in my closet, and I had an animal print umbrella, and I was like, oh my God, I love animal print.
Right.
So absolutely, Anthony, it has been nothing but a pleasure having a conversation with you. I truly appreciate you having the time to come through and chat with us.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any shout outs you want to give before we close out, or any plugs? Where can we find you, or website?
Yeah. So you can find me on, of course, Instagram at Art and Proper. You can find me on Facebook at Art and Proper. Same thing. You can find me on my website. It's pretty long website, so you might want
to. It's in your bio.
It's definitely in my bio. Cool. So it's pretty long. I don't want to.
Okay.
You'll probably lose me.
In bio.
Yeah. So it's definitely in the bio.
Excellent.
I would again like to say, because I'm reading some comments and some things in here.
Okay.
Any of those questions you like me to answer for you, just shoot them to my DMs. I'll gladly answer them for you.
Love
I'll
that.
get you an answer if I don't have one.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much for being open to
Sure.
assisting and helping our artists out here.
Of course, of course.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we appreciate you, viewers. Thank you so much for joining us and asking questions and making this just an even more intriguing interview. We got so much bang for our buck on this. So thank you.
Yes.
RTA stands for Respect the Artists.
Respect the
Y'all remember that,
artists.
okay? Peace, peace, Anthony. I'll hit you up on the DM.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye.